Hey everyone, I'm King. Welcome back to Kingspade channel. So I've been wanting to test this out. I recently got the Fiery Dimik Fire Enhancement headgear card, and it's time to change the headgear card. Now, although this card increases 25% fire element damage, which is a lot, but initially I do not have planned to use this card. Why? Right now I am using all final physical penetration card on my headgear, 3 Dryad final physical penetration card, and 1 Zeke final physical penetration card. My original plan is to get as much final physical penetration stat as I can. Reason being because I'm losing out the advantage of getting the final physical penetration stat as a longbow user, specifically on the shadow equipment. The archer longbow shadow equipment provides final crit and crit damage bonus at the inscription and pioneer, boosting the crit damage stat for the longbow crit build. I am racing a longbow dex penetration build ranger, and so I can't utilize this provided stat. Unlike Ragnarok Eternal Love or Ragnarok Origin game, in ROX, the crit damage and penetration do not complement each other in terms of damage. They act as a separate damage multiplier. It does not increase each other damage. So I have a disadvantage on that part, and so I plan to compensate that lost with cards for more final physical penetration stat. But recently I ran through some tests and I found that, well, obviously a more balanced stat will deal a lot more damage, and so I decided to make some changes on my build. I'm going to use the Fiery Dimik card and test my DPS before and after the changes to see if there are any changes on my overall damage. Currently, here are my stats. I have 45% fire enhancement damage, which is lower than the final physical penetration and final physical damage bonus stat. With the Fiery Dimik card, hopefully the fire enhancement damage can be increased further. For the Fiery Dimik card, I recently obtained 2 Fiery Dimik drop cards from AFK grinding. I am waiting to get more card drop from the Fiery Dimik monster, but it's just not giving it to me. So looking at the card price at the exchange center, I have enough crystals to get 1 more Fiery Dimik card. So I'm going to get 1 more Fiery Dimik card at the exchange center. With this, I have 3 Fiery Dimik card, which will increase the fire enhancement by 75%. But before using the card, let's test my current DPS. I'm going to test it on the Vagabond Wolf mini boss. The Vagabond Wolf is an earth element, a medium-sized mini boss. It is perfect to test for my fire build ranger. I am going to make 2 tests. One is with equipping skill to deal damage mostly using skill, and another one is using just basic normal attack. Let's start with skill DPS first. Now, why am I doing 2 tests? Think of the skill DPS test like the short bow DPS test. Short bow user deal damage mostly using skill. What's interesting as a longbow dex penetration build is that with high dex, the ranger will have high haste, which make it possible for ranger to equip and use high level skill with 0 variable cooldown. And since I am also a penetration build, although I am using the longbow, it is possible to play it just like the short bow user. All I need to do is to equip all of the active skill that the ranger has. But of course, the difference is the shadow equipment. Short bow shadow equipment have different set of skills in their shadow equipment that can reduce the ranger skill fixed cooldown, making them to use skill more often. Anyway, I want to see my DPS with using skills and also with just normal attack. That is 1 minute. The DPS is about 10 million. Next, let's test on the DPS using normal attack. Now, although this is a test for using normal attack, but I'm going to use 3 other skills that will help to increase the DPS. One is the focus shot skill. The target hit by this skill will be marked, and your damage to the marked target is increased by 8%. The mark effect can be stacked up to 5 times, which will increase your damage to the marked target to a total of 40% damage. That is a lot. So you want to use this skill for the mark effect. 2 is the aim bolt skill. After the recent job adjustment, this skill damage is revamped and is now deal double the damage. It deal high burst damage. Currently the highest dealing damage skill that the ranger have. So definitely need to use this too. And lastly, the core skill for high attack speed normal attack build ranger, the precision shot skill. Previously, this skill is only benefit to the INT Falcon build ranger. After the recent job adjustment, this skill damage is increased about 3 times the damage. And now the crit build ranger can enjoy the benefit of this skill too. With the true sight skill also revamped added with penetration stat, the longbow dex penetration build can also reap the benefit of this skill. These changes also what make the longbow dex penetration build, which is not even considered as a feasible build for the ranger in the past, which also is the build that I am using for my ranger, had now come to surface. Some say it is now better than the INT Falcon build, in which intrigued and interest more and more ranger about this build, but that need more test. Alright, that is 1 minute. The DPS is about 19 million. Compare that to the skill DPS. The precision shot skill really elevate the fast attacking normal attack penetration DPS in this case. Next, let's use the Fiery Dimik Card. The Fiery Dimik Card is a headgear card, and so by equipping this card, I am replacing the final physical penetration card that I am using at the headgear. And so with that, these are my stats after using the Fiery Dimik Card. The final physical penetration stat sees a significant drop, and the penetration stat lost is actually double because of the double penetration stat. So that is actually a lot. First, let's test it on skill DPS. That is 1 minute. The DPS is about 10 million, about the same as before. I think the final physical penetration stat lost is compensated with the fire enhancement damage increase. Next, let's test it on the normal attack DPS. So do you notice that I only have around 600% attack speed? The maximum attack speed in ROX is 1000%. So 600% is quite low. This is because I'm using the Walk Rider skill at max level. This skill reduces 200% attack speed for 50% physical attack increase at max level. And what's more, with the precision shot skill at max level, it further reduces 200% attack speed. So that is a total of 400% attack speed lost just by having these two skills. that is 1 minute, the DPS is about 20 million. Also quite similar as to the previous test. So does this mean that my current build is fine as it is and I don't have to change anything? Well, I think with another Fiery Dimik card, it will then push the DPS above the damage threshold. Not enough with that, to increase the damage further, I may need to start looking ways to get 2 slot headgear for the eye and mouth headgear, so I can slot more headgear cards for more stat, and that definitely will increase the DPS even more. Alright, that's it for now. Stay tuned for my next build update. This time video shoutout goes to... Thank you for always supporting me and this channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And also don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next video. And as always, happy playing. Bye bye.